Spaces where you exit. Keep your head up. Press your foot on the pedal and never let up. If they say that you can't, that's when you get up and stand. Show them you can. Baby, you know you got it. Please don't let nothing stop it. What other option but to? And no matter the hate, just remember you're great. Shout out and say Vanguard for the.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Amber Reese, and welcome to another episode of the Amb Perspective. Today's special guest, we have Twizz Mac, everybody.
What's going on?
So, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain.
That's good. That's good. So, for the viewers that don't know, could you tell us what is your disability?
Say that again.
For the viewers that don't know, could you tell us what is your disability?
My disability is I'm a below the knee amputee and a T2 to T3 spinal cord injury. And I lost the digits. I'm an amputee in my left hand too. How can I say? Yeah, that's.
So I see you're a rapper, you do clothing. So what made you wanting to get into music? Cause I watched the video, I can't think of the page, but it was on Facebook and it basically talks about like people with disabilities and like different type of disorders, and you did a video for them. Could you tell us what was the name of that page?
They had changed the name of that page. I can't remember exactly what the name was, but I know when I did the video, it was a survival story.
Right.
But it's called something else now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I just can't think of the name, but I think it was Survivor Story when I peeped it, but I was like, because I know me and we follow each other on social media, but I know you be posting and stuff, but that kind of gave me a more in-depth, telling about you. And I was like, he do music. And then I just started following you on TikTok. I know I'm terrible. And I just came across you was rapping. So I was like, he do music and he do clothing. And he's like a motivational type influencer. So it's like you multi-faceted.
Yeah. I love music. Like I always loved music since I was a kid. Like my grandmother used to have me in the kitchen dancing to Michael Jackson back when I was like 9 years old. But I started taking music seriously back in like 2006. My oldest cousin, they had a music group called the Music Makers. And when I was young, I used to watch them do music, and it actually inspired me and made me want to do music. It was like, damn, if they can do it, I know I can do it. Like, and I used to look up to him.
That's dope. So take us back. So do you remember like the exact moment when you found out your diagnosis and that you were gonna have a disability? Like how did you feel after that? Like when you fully were able to understand and come to grips with it?
Like when I found out like my disability was like real. Like,
yeah.
This was. How can I say? All right, I gotta give you the backstory to understand. It was like when I found out my disability was real was when they started talking about amputating my legs, and it was like I was losing my mind. I'm not gonna lie, like it was like a lot of things going through my head, my kids, stuff like that. So I was like more so ready to like just get out of the hospital and start my life again. So around that time, I believe it was probably 2012, 2012. I knew my disability was like somewhat permanent to me. And it was like, all right, you can't cry over this. All you can do now is figure out a way to survive. You gotta keep going. You can't stop. The kids need you. You got family members that need you. You got people that depend on you. So it was like, at that moment, I knew that it was like, all right, I gotta put my big boy pants on and keep going.
Right. So when it came time to explain it to the kids, like how did you explain it, and were they, were they cool with it? Were they sad that, daddy can't stay like he used to?
Well, my daughter, she was like kind of nervous when she seen me when I came home from the hospital because I ain't had my legs and my fingers was gone. So it took her some time to like warm up to me. She was like, "Mommy, what happened to Daddy? Like, why is he like that? Is he gonna get up and take me outside?" Like, this is the questions that she was asking her mom, and I'm like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Daddy got hurt. Daddy was in a bad accident, but I'm okay. I still can do all the things I used to. It just might take me a little time to do it. I'm like, but yeah, we can still have fun. And after a while, she just got used to it. My son, he was a baby, like he was just born. So he really met me just like this in a wheelchair. He didn't know.
Okay. So after your accident, how long did it take you to like get back into music?
After it was like right away. But why I say it was right away? Because I had no outing or like nothing to like release my thoughts. And my mind was always racing, like, how did this happen? Why did I let it happen? Like things that I had no control over. So it was like I needed something to vent to, and I didn't want to go to a therapist or nothing like that. So I started back writing instantly, like picking up my notepad, writing. And my mom was like, does that help? I'm like, I need a studio. And then I started going back to the studio. And then I was like, man, I'm just going to buy my own studio so I ain't got to go to nobody's studio. And it was like instantly I got right back into it. And that was my way of telling my story and getting it out there and letting people know how I feel about things.
Right. So is that how, was Facebook also a way for you to kind of release your thoughts, and like, is that how the motivational like page came about, and you get people involved? Cause a lot of people be interacting. I ain't gonna lie, I be one of them, cause I be sharing some of your stuff, cause it be actual factual. But
Right. I'm saying Facebook, like I was all over social media at one point. Like it was like I used to be on this app called Live Me, and I used to go live every day. You know what I'm saying? And it was fun for a moment. I wasn't really doing the motivational part, but I was like, people used to see me going to work out, driving, and stuff like that. And they used to ask me questions. And a lot of people used to get offended, like that was my friends on social media. And they used to be like, yo, why y'all asking them that? I'm like, it's all right. They don't know what happened to me. So it's okay for me to explain it to them. Everybody ain't gonna get it. I'm like, but it's all right. Like, and they used to get so mad, like, no, you don't gotta tell them, man. I'm like, listen, bro, everybody needs somebody that they can talk to. I'm like, they don't understand what happened to me, but if I explain it to them, then they'll be able to be sympathetic to my situation. So that's when I just like, all right, it's time to find another outing. And I started going on Facebook, posting and doing videos to motivate people, like, because people used to inbox me a lot and like, oh, how you do this? You so strong. I would have gave up. I'm like, listen, you can't give up just because you fall. I'm like, you fall, you got to get back up and try it again. I'm like, it don't mean that it's over. It just means that you got to figure out a new way around this obstacle. That's all.
Right. And in a way, with you creating your platform, like, you know, for Facebook, like you said, it also gives people a way to understand like what happened to you, and who knows, it could motivate somebody to keep going. So
Yes. That's what was the purpose, and the goal was to like motivate others to keep going and letting them know, like, just cause you feel like it's down and it might be that you're not dead. You still got breath in your body and your mind still work. You can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to believe it. You can't give up and let people put negative thoughts in your mind and tell you, oh, you can't do this because of this. And that's their opinion. That's because that's their fear of not making it and not achieving whatever goal that they set. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. What works for them might not work for you. So, I mean, I always kept it like that. And my mom played a major part in my recovery and building my mind up like to the way that it is. And she always told me, like, no matter what you go through, you gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to survive in this wheelchair without nobody. Even people gonna think that you need them and you can do it yourself. Like, it used to make me climb up the steps. Like, you wanna go outside? It was just me and her in the house. We trying to figure out how we gonna get down the steps. She like, come on, you gotta bump yourself down the steps. Boy, I can't carry you. I'm like, all right. Climb all the way down the steps. She like, come on, climb up them again. Then we going back and forth, up and down. And then it was just like, it started getting easier and easier. It's like, oh, I could do this. This ain't nothing.
right. Yeah, I totally can feel that, because, you know, now I be trying to will and deal and change for myself and stuff. And it's just better to do stuff your own self anyway. You ain't gotta wait on nobody. It gives you a sense of freedom. Like, I totally can relate to that.
Yes, yes, definitely. It definitely give you that freedom. I think it gives you back that sense of being independent again and
Yeah,
not feeling like
exactly.
you're a burden to someone and that they have to be there to shelter you. Even though you in a wheelchair and you need some type of assistance every now and again, but it's like, all right, I can do this myself. I don't need you for everything. Just give me room and let me work. I got you.
Right, exactly. So when it came to dating, like, I know before your accident, you would probably crush your heart, break your heart every which way you probably would. But what about what about like after the accident? Like, was it hard for you to have to like explain things? Did people want to chill with you, or they was kind of like, nah, you in a wheelchair now? I don't think I can.
I can't say. I was like, I'm still the same person. So it was like people was nervous to be around me because of me being in a wheelchair and they didn't know how to like take it. But it was like once they got around me and they seen like, damn, he's still the same person. He's still funny. He still like to laugh. He not like, how can I say it? Like, I would joke about myself. Like, if I'm around somebody and we be talking about something and I'll be like, yeah, I need my feet rubbed too. And then they'll look like, you ain't got no feet. I'm like, talking about my rubber feet. Come on, rub them. And then they'll start laughing. And they start laughing like, boy, you crazy, yo. How can you make a joke? That's not funny. I'm like, it is funny. It breaks the ice with people. So it was like,
Yeah, so it's not like they not feeling awkward around you. Like, you feel me? I get it. I get it.
right. So I used to break the ice. So it was like, it was frustrating because I used to always be like, man, no girl gonna want to be with no dude in a wheelchair and stuff like that. And then I started meeting people, like, and when I did meet females, I dated a couple times. Sometimes it didn't work out. Things went the wrong way, so I had to back myself up and find a new way. And then I finally met somebody else. So it was like eventually I was gonna meet someone, but
Good.
it's good. Dating is all right.
Yeah. But where do you see your brand in 10 years, and what do you hope people take away from it?
I actually see my brand in 10 years all everywhere. Like I'm looking at trying to outreach to everyone and to actually teach the kids. Like that's the goal that I'm really going for, to show the kids that you don't have to be a part of the street life to be cool. You don't have to be a rapper to be cool. You know what I'm saying? You could be a lawyer, a doctor, uh, politician, and you can still be cool. Just be yourself. And that's what I want to give people, the original, the artist. How can you say the dang, I got the word on the tip of my tongue. But I want people to feel original. Just be yourself. You don't have to change who you are to fit in with other people. You know what I'm saying? You want the crowd to want to fit in with you. So it's like, I want people to just feel like you can be yourself no matter what, and don't ever give up.
Right. And do you think that people with different abilities deserve anything? Because a lot of people with disabilities don't feel that way. A lot of people feel like, like what we talked about earlier, like I feel like I have a disability, like I can't do nothing. So what would be an encouraging word that you would tell the differently able community out there to give them some
Say that one more again. You said, what would be encouraging words to give to a person that's in a
differently able
disability
community?
that can't communicate, or what?
No,
Hold up.
not communicate, just in general. Like,
I would tell them, a person in a wheelchair, to just do you. Don't give up on yourself. Yeah, it's gonna get hard. Yeah, some days gonna feel like ain't nothing working and you don't got nothing, but you do. You still got your life. You still got your brain. You still got people that love you. And as long as you have that, and as long as you feel in your heart that you can overcome something, don't stop and keep on chasing it. Don't give up on yourself, because that's the first thing that we do. We get down in self-pity, and we start feeling down on ourselves and beating ourselves up because we can't do the things that we used to do or want to do like everybody else that's normal. But we're still normal. We just as normal as the regular person.
exactly how I feel. Last but not least, you want to spit some first before we go? And if anybody, before you start, if anybody want to find you, where can we follow you and find you on social media?
Say it one more time. Hold on.
I
I
said,
can't hear you.
if anybody wants to find you and follow you on social media, where can we find you?
They can find me on Facebook at Twizz Mac space Twizz TWIZZ space MAC. You can find me on Instagram, official Twizz Mac. You can find me on TikTok, official Twizz Mac. You can find me on YouTube, Twizz Mac. You can find me on Twitter, Twizzy Mac. There you go. That's all my socials.
All right. So you want to spit some first before we go?
Say that again.
You want to spit some first before we go?
Do I want to say something to the people?
No, like rap song real quick. You want to rap song before we go?
Oh, you said rap something?
Yeah. I hope you didn't think I was not gonna do an interview and not put you on.
You see, you caught me. You caught me in the moment here. She said you want to rap something. All right,
You
let me
gotta
think.
be able to do it.
Oh man, rap something. All right, I'm trying to think. I said, see, as laws of the streets, I took an oath to it. Never tell, never fold, be a coach to it. Never tell if you caught up in the jam. Never fold, be a man. Never utter, not a plan. Got that work. All butter, Peter Pan. All summer, acid track. All customers do the math. All numbers. If they ever get the whip that you got it in them zips, they gonna line you up for them bricks. At the age of 16, I was in the mix. Hating bricks. I got so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I want to say it was a pleasure having you on the Amb Perspective. Thank you for coming. And that wraps up today's episode, guys. Hope y'all.
Appreciate you for having me. Yeah.
Oh, you're
All
welcome.
love.
You're welcome. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Hold on.
Fill spaces where you exit. Keep your head up. Press your foot on the pedal and never let up. If they say that you can't, that's when you get up and stand. Show them you can. Baby, you know you got it. Please don't let nothing stop it. What other option but to? And no matter the hate, just remember you're great. Shout out and say Van Gogh for the